Hey everyone, welcome. I am Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter and Clayton Emo on Instagram. I am the founder of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club, and it's my Canucks take, all in one take. It's Clay's Canucks commentary. It's my live stream, my weekly live stream, and it is Sunday night. It is July the 18th, and I am so thrilled that all of you are here. So thanks for being here. I appreciate you. And let's start off right away. I want to give a shout out to Hall of Fame members, Jens95, simalexander, Just Incredible, nucksfan number 29, Lucas Gates, Chris Seifried, Adam Broomfield, Shea Family Channel, Jamie Sports Talk and more, Shannon Hollingworth, and Andrew Chang. Thanks for your support as always. And thanks to the support of members of all levels. You're listed in my video descriptions. If you want to become a member of the CCC Crew, press the join button underneath this or in my videos on the memberships tab on my YouTube channel. We had a wonderful Zoom chat just about an hour ago with franchise and Hall of Fame members. A lot of great talk. Some of the things I'm going to continue to talk about later today. But yes, thanks to members as always. Moderators, thanks in advance. Thanks to you, firstly, not just in advance, always. And thanks in advance. If you have anything exciting to do, we will see. But moderators, I appreciate you. Monkey Nine Brewing, they're still on here. Gonna still figure that out, but they've said I can put their logo up and I'll figure out what the nature of that relationship is in a good way. But yes, I always appreciate the good people at Monkey Nine, and we just ate there yesterday actually for lunch, so I appreciate them. As you guys know, Monkey Nine Brewing is the pub, the restaurant attached to the bowling alley that I and my kids spend so much time in. Monkey Nine is the pub, Lucky Nine Lanes is the bowling alley. And as always, no matter where you're watching from, if you're in my beautiful neighborhood of Steveston and Richmond, in the city, in the Lower Mainland, province, country, continent, or around the world, thank you. I know that you could be doing anything else right now, watching anyone else, but the fact that you are here, know that I do not take you for granted, and I certainly appreciate you. So I'm going to talk for about the first, probably the first 10 minutes or so, because I want to talk about a few things that the Canucks have been up to. Then I will turn it over to you, of course, and then we'll go from there. So hold your questions until I say go. But I do want to say, actually, maybe I'll just work them in as I go. So first things first. Thank you for all the growth on the channel. Actually, you see that I'm only 11 subscribers away from 6,700. This July started off really slow, but over the past 2 days, or past weekend, I've actually grown by about 60 subscribers or so to help push me to that 6,700 mark. I really appreciate you. And I think as there's more Canucks news and more NHL news that happens, as I continue to do regular vlogs, which are, like I say, are timely, positive, timely, and trustworthy. I had a good chuckle about the trustworthy because I want to be trustworthy. So I appreciate you. And for that, I think I'll give you one of these and one of these. So let's just enjoy seeing me dance while the Canucks goal horn is going on. So thank you. And for all of you, Lucas reminded me that I forgot to say, subscribe if you have not subscribed already, and like this video. You guys, there are 36 of you in here. We only have 14 likes. You guys know I like that to match up as much as I can. So if you have a chance, make sure you hit the like button. And it kind of looks like this. It kind of looks like me giving that thumbs up. So I would love for you to give that thumbs up, and I would appreciate it very much. Or, if you don't subscribe or you don't like, that's kind of like missing something. That's kind of like when you're trying to jump and try and nail the couch and you miss it. And you guys know, for those of you who've seen it, this is from a music video that I did. And, it's jamming up on me, but that's okay. But hopefully you saw it the very first time. And then one more is, there we go. That's me launching myself over a couch. And then I think you guys remember this one of me falling through the window, and that was not my finest moment. So again, we got the thumbs up, we got the dancing, we got the launching myself over a couch, and we have the falling through a window. Sometimes they don't always work, and of course, we have the Canucks goal horn. Okay, that's enough. That's enough. That's enough fooling around. Let's get to what I want to talk about. So a few things, obviously. The biggest thing is the expansion draft, as you can see, is coming up this Wednesday. And therefore, the Canucks had to basically submit their protection list. No surprise there, and I will get your comment on it in a few minutes, but the Canucks protected the 11 players that we thought. The 7 forwards of Horvat, Besser, Pettersson, Miller, Mott, Pearson, and the newly acquired Jason Dickinson. Get to that in a second. 3 defensemen of Schmidt, Myers, and Ulevi, because Hughes and Rathbone do not have to be protected. And then, of course, Thatcher Demko in net. So that leaves guys exposed like Braden Holtby in net, Madison Bowie on the blue line, and then up front, guys like Cole Lind, who is probably the casualty of the trade for Jason Dickinson, Zach McEwen, Matthew Highmore, Jona Gadjevich, and many, many more. So there's that. Then, prior to that, what necessitated that was, of course, the trade for Jason Dickinson. And I will say very quickly that I think it was a great move by the Vancouver Canucks. I think they did a decent job of finding a team who might be in a worse expansion position than the Canucks, i.e. maybe losing a player for nothing. I've been talking about this on my channel for the last 6 weeks. But the Canucks were able to make a move, and that's extract Jason Dickinson, a third-line center, from the Dallas Stars for a third-round pick in this year's draft happening next Friday and next Saturday. In Jason Dickinson, 6'2", 200 pounds. So he's not the biggest guy ever, but he's got decent size. But as I said in my Zoom chat earlier, he doesn't play like a massive guy. He actually plays like a faster guy. So he's a good defensive player, but because of his speed as opposed to his size. He's a great penalty killer, hustles. Not so great in the face-off circle, but he suppresses a lot of chances, a lot of shots. So he's basically what you want in a shutdown center. By having him, it actually frees up Bo Horvat to do more things on the offensive end. And I think that's great. Some leadership, of course, as well. But the penalty killing is a big thing, especially if we're going to lose Brandon Sutter. He's basically a better, younger, cheaper version of Brandon Sutter. He made $1.5 million last year. We'll see what his new contract is going to be this year. I'm not worried that Benning won't be able to sign him because he will. He will be able to sign him, and otherwise they wouldn't have made this deal, and they wouldn't have protected him if they're just going to let him walk. So my understanding is they were able to talk to the agent, talk to the player prior to trading for him, and the full intention is for him to sign with the Vancouver Canucks. And I can't wait to see what Jason Dickinson can do. You guys might remember at the bubble, the Black Lives Matter, when the NHL went on pause for 1 or 2 days, he was up front with Bo Horvat and Ryan Reeves. He was also the player who knelt with Tyler Seguin, Ryan Reeves, and Robin Leonard before a Dallas Vegas Golden Knights round robin game last year. So a lot of good leadership, a lot of intangibles, things that we like to see with Jason Dickinson. So for that trade, I'm going to give him definitely the thumbs up. As we see me stuttering there, maybe I have to figure out what's wrong with the Stream Deck. So if I don't get the thumbs up, we'll just try it one more time. Okay, he's stuck, which is no problem. Will the dancing work? Okay, maybe he's owed some dancing then. We'll do that. Okay, so Jason Dickinson acquired from the Dallas Stars right before the roster freeze, frozen until Thursday. Seattle can do whatever they want over the next few days. They can trade with teams, they can sign UFAs, and if they sign a UFA, for instance, if they signed Alex Edler or Travis Hamonic or Brandon Sutter, that would count as the pick for from the Vancouver Canucks. So you can't lose more than one player in the expansion draft process. Let's talk about the expansion draft really quick, and then I'll turn it over to you. All the protected lists are made public. Some big names on there like Gabriel Landeskog, Carey Price, Vladimir Tarasenko. So we will see. I think Ovechkin was unprotected. So obviously these teams are banking on Seattle not spending 10 to 15% of their cap on simply one player. But you never know. And the other two things that big news: Alex Edler testing the free agent market, but there is a chance that he does come back. But if he does come back, he loops back to the Canucks. He might come back, but there might not be any money left to offer him. So that's one thing to consider. And finally, of course, Abbotsford Canucks. Not a surprise to anyone who's been following the news, but they made it official. The Johnny Canuck logo, the green, blue, and white color scheme, the jerseys, everything is indeed coming up Abbotsford Canucks. Okay, that's a good 10 minutes or so. Let's get to your questions now. So let's leave it in there. Let's go to your questions. Moderators, thank you for doing what you need to do. I appreciate you. And let's start with your question. Trustworthy Canucks commentator on YouTube. Of course, he's heard of the new trade. I'm not sure who asked the question in the first place, but it seems like it was probably something pretty funny. Okay, so let's get to your questions. Fangirl, hi Clay. Which Canucks player were you most shocked to see on the unprotected list? No one shocked me because of the Jason Dickinson trade. So honestly, there wasn't a shock, Fangirl, because the Canucks really, there's a drop-off after those 7 forwards. There's a drop-off after those 3 defensemen. So no surprise, actually, for me. But Cole Lind is the one that's the most intriguing to me, admittedly. Jim Benning, on your key dates, writing down free agency, you should write down Jimbo's spending spree begins. We'll see. He doesn't have as much to spend this year. So good point, though. I could change it for next time. And thank you, mods, for doing what you need to do. Inferno, hey Clay, do you plan to do a mock simulation for Seattle draft on Cap Friendly for possible video? Inferno, not so sure. I know a lot of people are doing that, and I think they do well, and rightfully so. People are interested. But I'm not sure if I'll have the time to do that, given that my paper due this Friday and my final exams due the next Friday. So I may want to concentrate on that, but I'll certainly be talking about it over the next 2 days. But yeah, I might whip together a quick video. I might not do a live stream or anything like that, but that's something I'll think about for sure. Thanks for the suggestion, Inferno. By the way, 65 of you in here, 62 of you in here, only at 23 likes, so let's get that up to 30 or so. Hot take. Is this the legendary Canuck Clay and his top-notch commentary? Well, hot take. It takes one to know one. I've been enjoying your streams. We were talking about on my members chat earlier how we love your reaction and your call, your successful prediction of the Jason Dickinson trade. So hot take. John, great to see you here, and congrats with everything you're doing with your channel, as always. Thank you for being here. Amrit. Hi, Clay. Does Kraken take Holtby for a second-round pick? I think Amrit, instead of the draft pick, I think they want us to retain some salary. So that's going to be the more tricky part. Justin, not everyone will agree on Canucks takes, but no need to make it personal attacks. Yeah, Justin, I don't even know what was there, but I appreciate you taking care of it, as a good mod should do. Edmund, Clay and everyone, who do you want Seattle to take, but who do you think the Kraken will take? I would love them to take Holtby. I think they will take Lind or McEwen. Lucas, hey Clay, if Monkey 9 can't continue, would you be open to having a partner with the Nucks? Of course I'd be open to it, for sure, Lucas. But I'm not sure if they do that kind of thing. We'll see. Some hellos to each other, which is awesome. DSL, do you think Seattle will hold off on signing the well-known higher cap players and will wait till trade deadline to negotiate better offers? DSL, that would be a smart strategy. One thing I said on my Zoom chat, you guys got to remember that Seattle's going to pick 30 players on Wednesday. But I guarantee you there will be many changes to their roster before they start playing in October for real. You remember Vegas loaded up on defensemen, and then they traded a lot of those defensemen out for draft picks, and that's why they'll be able to have so many draft picks ever since then. So again, don't get too hung up or too excited about who Vegas picks this Wednesday, because then it's another 3 months of wheeling and dealing, or another 2.5 months. So you can let the speculation begin for sure, but don't get too hung up or too excited about who Seattle does take this Wednesday. Yeah, it's going to be exciting for sure. Jim, you should put up speaking moistly over you dancing. That's not really my type of thing, but I know what you're talking about for sure. Justin Trudeau. I want to see if my dance still works. Is it a little bit jammed? Okay, so it goes for a little bit and then it freezes, but that's okay. Edmund, I take it, Clay, you need highlights from Money in the Bank. You read highlights? No, Edmund, I haven't read a thing yet. I will do that before I go to bed, so don't tell me any spoilers for sure. Yeah, Justin, indeed, John did call that Dickinson trade. Bill, did you hear anything about next season as you have season tickets? Yes, I have heard, Bill. We've renewed, and we will go in for our season, our regular season seat allocation in 2 weeks. So I think they're working hard to make everything business as usual. I will tell you that my price didn't go up, which I didn't expect it to. How can you raise prices after a pandemic? So I think that's good news for the overall ticket buying public. I don't expect single game tickets to be more expensive either. Elias, has Jake Virtanen been bought out yet, or are they waiting for the investigation to end? Elias, actually, I don't think it has any, well, it has a little bit to do with the investigation, but there's no point buying someone out right away. You can, Jake Virtanen is probably a bad example because no one's going to trade for him. But before you buy out a guy, you have until July 27. You have another 10 days, 9 days. So why not wait until that date? Because you can potentially trade and get assets back first, as opposed to buying them out and then carrying that cap hit for 2 years. So I still think they will buy out Jake Virtanen. I just don't think there's a rush to do so. Marjorie, hi Clay, how are you doing? I'm great, thank you, Marjorie. Hope you're well. When do you think the Canucks schedule will come out? I'm excited to go back to Rogers Arena. My dad has season tickets. Oh, Marjorie, well then we will have to definitely meet at a game or two. I have seasons as well. That's awesome. And when do I think the Canucks schedule will come out? Well, preseason schedule is starting to leak out. Usually it's an August thing, if memory serves me correct, or even early September. So I think we're still a few weeks away for sure. Jack, are you streaming for the draft? I'm contemplating streaming for both the expansion draft and for the entry draft as well. The entry draft, though, that's the night my paper is due. So I'm going to try and get my paper due for my master's the day before. So I could see myself streaming for the expansion draft on Wednesday at 5 and then streaming for the first round on Friday if my paper is done. I would trust that a lot of you people would come if I did that, but we will see what happens. You guys, you can tell that the excitement's coming for the Canucks because we are at 65 people in here, which is awesome. Thank you. That dude, I'm kind of salty that we projected Mott over Lind. Lind is taking a little longer to develop, but honestly, Mott only had one notable Canuck memory, and that was the playoff series versus the Blues. Yeah, but Travis Green loves Tyler Mott, and we're not sure who Lind is going to turn out to. But I hear what you're saying. No problem, hot take. Shea, which Russian should the Canucks target if they want to bring in a fellow countryman to ease Podkolzin? I think there's a few. Buchnevich. It's funny, I talked about this, and we've heard the Buchnevich for Horvat rumors, which I don't think was much of a story. Buchnevich is someone, though, that I've heard Podkolzin kind of compared to. So he's one. I don't know a lot of the Russian players off the top of my head, but I would go for not Trampkin. Ovechkin's too expensive, so I'd have to do some research. But that's a good question, Shea. I'll have to think about that one. PD, hey Clay, right now do you see the Canucks making the playoffs in the Pacific? Team looks very similar from pre-COVID where we were third in Pacific. Difference is Tanev. Yeah, only difference is Tanev. You got a better Hughes, Pettersson, and hopefully Podkolzin, Höglander, and Rathbone, and they all make an impact. I could see them fighting for a third or fourth. I definitely think, I just heard a buzz. That means something's going on. Who is that sport? Oh no, that's an old one. That's weird how the old notifications come up. But thank you, Sports Boys, even though I think that's an old notification. Yeah, I think you could probably say Vegas and Edmonton might be 1-2, perhaps. I see Vancouver fighting with Seattle, Calgary, and LA for third and fourth spots, and then I don't see San Jose and Anaheim as being serious threats. Lucas Clay, are you a season ticket member? Yes. And if so, are you locked in for next season? Yes, we are. We have renewed, Lucas, for sure. Travis, what you think of Podkolzin playing with Petey and Miller and Besser with Horvat and Höglander? I'd be open to that. The Lotto line was good, though, so I want to see them get a shot first. But I think with Podkolzin and Pearson, you have some options. See edits. Hi, Clay. What do you think about the Ryan Ellis trade? Yeah, it surprised me a little bit, but not when you think about who Nashville had to protect and who they chose not to. I like Ryan Ellis a lot as a player, and he got traded to the Flyers, right? And then Nolan Patrick had a cup of coffee in Nashville. It's funny how Nashville said, "Thank you, Nolan." That was funny. No, I think it's a good trade for both sides. Philly obviously gets a really good defenseman who I like a lot. Yeah, I don't know much about Philippe Myers, to be honest with you. And then I know they flipped Patrick for Cody Glass, which was surprising. So, Nashville ends up with Myers, who I don't know a lot about. And then Cody Glass. So Myers and Glass for Ellis. I think it's okay, but I like Ellis as a player. And usually you think that the team that gets a bit better player wins the trade, but we don't know what Cody Glass is going to turn into. Fangirl, is there no chance for Tannen gets taken by Seattle? Why is he unprotected? Well, firstly, he's unprotected because the Canucks don't want him back, or they probably won't want him back over the 7 guys they do. But then I don't think Seattle will take him either, so he'll still be Canucks property by the time Wednesday is done. That's my gut feeling, for sure. Monkey Wrench Joes. Yeah, I don't know much about them. I have to look them up, Jim Benning, for sure. Hot take. Would you do some kind of deal that consisted of Schmidt and Holtby for Kerfoot and Hall? Canucks might have to retain or add a pick. I like Kerfoot a lot, although, third center, did we just fill that with Dickinson, or maybe that just gives you more options, put Dickinson on the wing and have a third line of Kerfoot, Dickinson, and Podkolzin. I do like Hall. I did notice him a lot in the playoffs. Schmidt and Holtby. Yeah, I'd be open to that. Although I think Schmidt is going to have a much better season. I'd be open to that because I really like Kerfoot. But you're right, Canucks would have to probably add a bit more. Phil, how Vancouver fixes the blue line is most important. I agree with you. Now that we have our third line center, it'd be nice to get another good top 9 winger, but definitely I think the blue line is the priority. Oh, that's cool, Lucas. VL, do you think Ulevy can fill Edler's role next season? I was high on Ulevy when he came in the bubble, and then, this season, and then I soured on him. Then he kind of tailed off a little bit. No, he can't fill Edler's role from a standpoint of minutes, but I think he can be a serviceable player for sure. Not top pairing, but maybe middle or bottom pairing. But I don't think it's going to happen as early as this season. But I do like Ulevy. I have more time for Ulevy than most, I think. Raybro, by the end of the season, hey Raybro, do you think the Seattle-Vancouver rivalry is going to be huge? I think it will be huge from a standpoint of Vancouver will not want Seattle to succeed and not do better than we do. But I truly don't think rivalries are born until playoffs, so it might take a little bit for sure. Fuzzy Wuzzy says, I hope Seattle doesn't take McEwen. Yeah, no, I think a lot of people still like McEwen. Thoughts on Jared Mccann going to Toronto? Fangirl, I like Mccann. I know there's a lot of questions about his maturity. He's now on his 4th or 5th team. Yeah, I'd love to know, actually, if Hot Take's still in here, I would love to know his thought on Mccann and whether or not he could be a useful player for the Maple Leafs. But McCann's numbers look pretty good, actually, overall, ever since he's left here. I know that him and Jake weren't the most mature and rubbed guys like the Sedins the wrong way. Phil, would Seattle pick a prospect instead of a proven NHL player from Vancouver? They could. They definitely could, because they don't have to take 30 seasoned NHL players, that's for sure. So I could see that happening. Balraj, if you're the GM, which one deal would you make for the Canucks? I would try and unload Eriksson or Holtby, and that's what I would try and do. And then buy out for Tannen. Jim, are you streaming day 2 on the draft on Saturday morning? Likely not, because the second day we're having a big high school grad party for my second kid, Jacob. So we will be busy all day that day. Dean, will there be full capacity in the arena next year? Haven't heard yet. They might start staggered, but I think they'll work their way towards that. Fangirl, aren't we doing Canucks After Dark in Wednesday and Friday? Yeah, we are, but we're doing those at 10 o'clock at the end of the night. BC Neil, schedule released on July 22nd. Nice. I did not know that. Wow, that's Thursday. That's cool. Justin, Nolan Patrick for Cody Glass. Are you glad the Canucks didn't actually draft him, or do you think Glass can still be an impact player? I like Cody Glass a lot. I like him more than Nolan Patrick, so we'll see. But Justin, I do like Cody Glass, but obviously I'm glad with the PD pick. Yeah, I'd be open to Gusev coming in as that Russian player for Podkolzin. Yeah, there's Canucks After Dark Wednesday and Friday, but at 10 p.m. When I say stream, I meant live stream during the actual thing, like at 5, not at 10. Nemestenkov. Is he still around? That sounds like an old guy. Fifth line. Do you think there is any truth to the Canucks still interest in OEL? Not heavy interest. No. Jim, imagine we finish second in the Pacific. Seattle in third, Edmonton fourth. Beyond Vegas, Vancouver, Seattle first round. That's how you build a rivalry. Swap contracts with Ottawa and get Dadonov. Yeah, that's true. Rome, Patrick and Glass are bust with their new teams. They'll probably be bust. That's fair. Although I'm more high on Glass than I am on Patrick. That dude, I'm worried about our D this year. Losing Edler, even though he wasn't that great, he was still our third best D. We need to re-sign Hamonic. Yes, we do need to re-sign Hamonic. I like him a lot. Indigo, who does Seattle take from Vancouver? I think it'll be Lind or Holtby. I don't think they take McEwen. I think it'll be Lind or Holtby. Oh, Rome. I didn't even read your comment, and you said the exact same thing. Very good. Glenn, do you know how season ticket seat assignment works if the government only allows partial capacity? No, Glenn, I don't know how that's going to work yet. Are you a season ticket holder as well? But no, I don't know how that's going to work. But I don't think the Canucks can wait any longer. Maybe they go on presumption that it will be full. That's a really good question, actually. Cody, potential blue liners we could go after to reshape this blue line. Mike Riley, the left shot defenseman that went from Ottawa to Boston. I like him. I like Cody CC on the right side. So those are two cheap guys that we could go after. There's always guys like Sami Vatanen who we kicked the tires on last year as well. Brennan, where is this team going now? What is the plan? I think the plan is to survive this season, and then Eriksson, Holtby, Beagle, Roussel, cap recapture, all those come off the books. That's 18 to 20 million, and then you can really make a play in next season's free agency. Which goalies do you think Seattle should take? I think they could take Holtby. I was going to say Jake Allen, but he's obviously he's protected now. Let me look at the list real quick. Yeah, from a goalie standpoint, you probably want. Do you take Anthony Rantna from Arizona? He's had some good years for sure. Yeah, and I see Halak and Rast from Boston. There's a lot of good goalies out there, or decent goalies at least. James Reimer, Peter Mrazek. So there's a lot. Actually, I haven't put a lot of thought in it, but there will be no shortage of goalies that they can take for sure. Yeah, Nolan Patrick, second overall pick. Yeah. Kai, hi Clay, hello. I wonder if the Canucks will target Adam Larson in free agency. I think it'd be a great defensive partner for Hughes for around 3 or 4 years at 4 to 4.5. Are we going to get him that cheap though? I don't know what his current contract is. I don't mind him. Obviously traded to Edmonton for Taylor Hall. Beagle and Roussel have 1 more year. Yes, they do, Edmund. If Edler leaves for sure, then trading Schmidt would be a bad idea. Yeah, imagine losing Edler, Schmidt, and Hamonic all in the same year. Hoglander going to be third line or second line. I have a feeling the Canucks are going to start with that same line of Horvat, Pearson, and Hoglander. Then you can have Podkolzin, Dickinson, and someone, maybe Mott, on the third line. Brad, I'm hoping Rathbone gets a bigger chance and runs with it this year. Great skater. I would love Brad if Rathbone was top 4. Second pairing. Lucas. Okay, season ticket members. Yeah. Jim. Travis. You said you wanted the Canucks to go after Warren Fogle, but he was... Yeah. He ended up getting protected for sure. It was a bit surprised on that. I like Fogle for sure. Fango, do you think Carey Price $11 million signing bonus, if he gets selected by Seattle, will make them not consider selecting him? I think that'll have a huge impact. Also, the fact that it's leaking out now today that he's got knee and hip injuries, I think that might make a difference as well. Nucksfan, were you a bit surprised by the number 29 picture I sent you? When did you send that? Did you just do that tonight, Nucksfan? I haven't opened it yet. Hold on. Oh, I'm opening it right now. That is nice. When is that from? Geno Strong. Yeah, he is a good number 29. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Thanks for saying that, Nucksfan. Mr. Joker, every mock draft so far sees Cole Lind is getting picked. Edmund, wonder if that was Brian Burke's call to let Mccann go. I don't. Was it still Burke? No, because they traded him back in 20. Oh, was it still Burke? No, it wasn't Burke, was it? Oh, sorry. You're talking about where he was leaving from. Sorry, I thought you were talking about the Canucks. Yeah, good question. Who knows? Edmund, I saw 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. Brad Mccann got traded so Seattle doesn't pick Kerfoot. Mccann will be going to Seattle. Yeah, that's that's likely or possible, I should say. Anyone think Seattle makes the playoffs? I think they could fight for third or fourth. Hot take, Mccann could be really useful. Well, obviously only 3 points in 12 career games concerning, but good value. Leafs keep him. Very good. Thank you. I'm great, Noah. Hope you're well as well. Calvin, hi Clay. You think any team will take a chance on Anthony DeAngelo? No, I don't know if it's worth it. And he's not a needle mover for me on the ice. Edmund, teams can't do any moves till after expansion draft. Correct. Only Seattle can be doing transactions right now. Next fan, who do you like if Kraken takes Holtby to fill in Holtby's spot? I think you got to go after a cheap goalie that can win you 8 to 10 games. I don't know one off the top of my head. I'd have to do some research. I think DiPietro's still 1 year away. Sharms, your agent's having chill summer. Good. Is there an expectation that Lynn goes to Seattle? That's a possibility. Maybe we could have made a deal involving him in the third round for a bigger piece. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure how high Lynn's stock is around the league compared to Seattle, so I'm not sure if we would have got much. If Clay streams rounds 2 through 7, it'll be a whole lot of I don't know that guy. Yes, although I did. Do I have it here? Oh no, it's somewhere else. I subscribed to Mckeen's. I think I subscribed to him like 4 years ago for an online poll book, and I forgot to unsubscribe. So I did get their draft guide, so I'll know a little bit more this year, but not a lot more. Yes, it'll be a lot of. I'm not sure about this guy. We'll have to look him up. Any chance Seattle takes Virtanen? Phil, I would say slim and none. Fangirl, what rookies might have a chance at making the Canucks next season? Well, technically, Podkolzin and Rathbone will be considered rookies, so I think just those two. Sharms, do you like the look of our third line with Mott, Dickinson, and one of Podkolzin Pearson? Yes, I do. I like it a lot. As of now, do you think Schmidt gets traded? 50-50. But I kind of want him to stay, admittedly. Dude says bottom 8 team, going to be a tough season next year as we make a push. Yes, one more year. Jim Benning. Miaza, potential PR nightmare to start your franchise by taking Virtanen. Not a great idea. Noah, hi Clay. When does a player become a UFA? After 7 years. 7 professional years. Ray Bro, Seattle youth is going to be very good, especially guys like Jake Bean, Cal Foote, Tyson Benson, Cole Lynn. Yep. Cody, thanks Clay. Those would be some great possible options indeed. Thank you. Indigo, do you see the Canucks making the playoffs in 2022? I do. I really do. Sharms, with Holtby, I have seen that we need to retain him for Seattle to take him. Yes, we're going to have to likely retain a bit of salary. Jim Benning, if Holtby leaves, I'm definitely taking Halak since I have no player over 6 foot falsy. That was funny. B-Buzz, hey Clay, new name there. What do you think about Cody Ceci as a cheaper right side option? Yeah, that's funny. I bet you typed that before I said his name. I think he's great. He's still in his late 20s, so that's young enough for me for now. I like Cody Ceci. Phil, who has a higher upside, Cole Lind or Will Lockwood? Good question. Lind has the higher pedigree, better pedigree, but I'm intrigued by Lockwood. I'm going to sit on the fence on this one, but I'm intrigued by Lockwood. I'll say that. Sam, what would a Schmidt trade look like? What can the Canucks get in return? Some are saying a third round pick, basically. So you just had Schmidt for a year, right? For a third round pick. Others saying you want to get at least a top 4 back, but I think that might be a little tougher given Schmidt's salary. Tough to say, but I don't want to trade Schmidt for a draft pick. I want a roster player back for him. Do you think Seattle will take Giordano? I think that's a good possibility. Why not? The leadership, the veteran leadership, and the fact that he can still play. Not sure what his contract's like, but I think that's a possibility. Glenn, how will the Heiskanen contract affect and Makar affect Hughes' deal? Yeah, I don't think Hughes. I don't think it's going to affect him much because the Canucks are going to go short term with Hughes, so you can't really use that comparable of 8 times 8.4 or whatever it was. So I actually don't think it'll affect it a lot. I thought it might, but I think Heiskanen, Makar, and Hughes are all going to be in different ballparks as much as people like me have lumped them together. No, not McQueen's. It's a hockey magazine. Travis Green, Dollywall reported that Grayback is set to sign overseas. Yep. I saw that with Pettersson, Horvat, Dickinson, Beagle down the middle. The Canucks still need to sign one more depth center for injuries. Yeah, do you bring Travis Boyd back for another year cheap and have him? He can play on the wing as well. Ray Bro, if you need a guy who knows about the draft prospects, I'm available. Yes, Ray Bro, I know that you know your stuff. Fangirl, yes, thank you. I know that a lot of magazines have their little prospect list for sure. Lucas, if Schmidt were to go, what team would you trade with for a return? Well, it depends what the return's going to be, but if I would be open to trading with anyone if we get a top 4D back. Graovac for fifth line center for lefty. Dogwood, will Seattle save Canucks from Tyler Myers just as the Canucks freed them from Spiza? Vegas, no, because Tyler Myers has been protected. It's Myers, Schmidt, and Ulevi. Marjorie, if Seattle takes Holtby, will the Canucks have to find a new goalie's backup? I believe so. I don't think that DiPietro's ready just yet. Tyler is so big that when he makes mistakes, it's much more noticeable. I agree, lefty all around. Everything Myers does is magnified, both good and bad, because of his size. Todd Bersucci and Jim Benning going at each other. Be nice, play nice, guys. nucksfan number 29. Thanks for asking. No, Dusty, as far as I know, hasn't gotten any offers as of now. Charms, I think if Holtby goes, Laurent Brossois could be a good option. Only thing, we should let Holtby go if retained and a new backup salary is less than Holtby cap. Yes, Charms. It's got to make sense. That's why you're a good agent. Sam, what is Demko's development timeline, you think? Can he be a Vezina finalist in 4 years? Yeah, I think he can be, but he doesn't have to be a Vezina finalist. He's got to be a solid number one goaltender for us, and I think he can be that already next year. Vezina, maybe 2 or 3 years consideration for sure. Drum, are you happy with what the Canucks did so far? They haven't done a lot, Drum, but I'm happy with not signing Edler to too much, and I'm really happy with the Jason Dickinson trade. So far so good. Fangirl, worst case scenario for Vertanen is that he plays in Abbotsford if all else fails. Yeah, crazy to play in his home city. Todd, Clay, do you think the Sedin twins have what it takes to help lead this team to the Cup? Tough to say. They're great players, but I don't know much about their management experience. So I won't say they're going to put us over the hump. I wouldn't say that just yet. Ciedets, how many more years do you think DiPietro needs before he's NHL ready? Just one more year. He's got to play, though. He didn't really play much last year. I think just one more season, and he can come into the NHL. Raybro, Heiskanen has been more reliable in his career while Hughes had a slight sophomore slump in terms of defensive scoring. If the Canucks sign Adam Larson, how much value does he bring? Money-wise, I don't know. I think he brings a lot because he can be top 4 heavy minutes guy for sure. Will Louis Eriksson captain the Kraken? I doubt it. Marjorie, have you gotten any new Canucks merch yet? Would love to see if you have any new merchandise. No, actually, I was thinking about. I bought a bunch of shirts at Banana Republic though, but the outlet at the airport. No new Canucks stuff. But although I'm gonna go to the warehouse, season ticket holders, we get early access to the warehouse sale, so I'll be going down there this Thursday. So maybe I will show off some things after that if I buy anything. Thanks, Marjorie. Good question though. Noel, what will Ulevi's new contract look like and how much will he make per year? Can't see him making more than 1 or 1.25 for the next 2 or 3 seasons. Travis, betting on the Dickinson trade, said him being a high character guy waiting the decision. What is it with Jim loving his high character? Well, I think Jim Benning has high character himself, and that's what he goes for in players. Chris, what is your hot take for the summer? My hot take is that overall, Chris, or for the Canucks? For the Canucks, let's say that they do rid themselves of Holtby, even if Holtby doesn't get taken by Seattle. That's not much of a hot take, but and then overall for the summer, yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of this isn't that hot. Maybe we're going to see a lot of trades. Nah. How about Jack Eichel to Minnesota? There. I don't know. You caught me off guard. That wasn't my best work. Thanks, Coach Rob. Thanks for being here. Sharms, do you think Gaudette and Stetcher might both be heading to Seattle? Looks like the better options for Seattle to select from the two teams. I think there's a chance Stetcher goes. Not so sure about Gaudette. I think Stetcher's more of a proven player. Lefty says so as well. AJ, just got your second vaccine. Awesome. Congrats. Side effects are getting pretty nasty. How are your side effects? AJ, I was lucky. I didn't have side effects for either of my 2 shots. Although I was pretty tired after my second one, but no soreness, and I was fine the next day. Fangirls Fanbase or the NHL Shop website best place for the Canucks jersey and shirt? Do Vanbase, not Fanbase. Vanbase.ca for sure. How did the heat wave go for you? Sharms, we were okay. You know, I slept downstairs for a couple hours one night, but generally we were fine. We don't have air conditioning, but we had the windows, fans going. We were fine. Kids are older, so they weren't really complaining. But my wife did buy us an air conditioner. She was checking Costco every day, and she was able to scoop one. So we'll be ready for the next one. Edmund, at first I thought Jason Dickinson was related to former Lions QB Dave Dickinson. Kidding. Do you think Thursday night we will see more trades or lots of them? I do. And don't forget, just because the Canucks and other teams didn't get all their trades done by yesterday doesn't mean we're not going to see more, because they've done, I think, the groundwork for a lot of the trades now. Good question. Lucas, do you think the NHL should keep the reverse retro idea open in the future? Yeah, but bring it back every few years as a novelty, so it truly means something. Travis Green, do you think that the Canucks weren't going to do anything before the roster freeze as the time winding down? I was hopeful they'd do something, and the more I get into the Dickinson trade, the more I'm happy about it. Do you think Travis Boyd stays? Noah, I have a gut feeling no, but I'd be happy if he did. Lefty doesn't think Seattle will take Gaudette. Sam, was it a mistake to get rid of Tanev? Easy to say that now, but I don't think we were going to sign him to the contract that Calgary got, so I was okay with that move, actually, because I thought Hamonic was actually good. Chris, it's been a long time since I've seen your videos. Pretty cool to see you doing live videos now. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, the channel's grown quite a lot. I'm doing live streams, and I'm doing a lot of member things as well. Actually, my live stream frequency has gone down a little bit in the off season, but I can tell that the channel is starting to pick up in momentum, which I'm very grateful for. Yeah, I picked up 60 subscribers over the weekend, which is nice. And I picked up another 5 more. So although I guess the alerts didn't come through, so I'm up to 6694, which is awesome. So maybe I'll be over 6,700 by the end of the day. I don't get too caught up in the numbers. I don't brag too much about it. But although I was at 6666 on Saturday night, so which is kind of scary. So I went from quadruple 6 to 6694 now in a day, which I'm pretty excited about. But thank you for that, Chris. You're always welcome here. Kevin, can you explain why Hughes and Rathbone don't need protection because of lack of games played, yet Lind has to be exposed? It has to. Lind is not just number of games; it's also professional seasons. Remember, Lind was drafted in the Pettersson year, 2017, whereas Hughes was drafted 2018, and I can't remember where Rathbone was drafted. So because of when Lind was drafted, same with Juolevi. He's hardly played any games, but he was drafted X amount of time ago. So that's why Lind has to be exposed or protected, and Hughes and Rathbone don't have to be. Sam, what is your all-time favorite Canucks logo color scheme jersey? I like the black flying skate. So when they brought it back for the Canucks 50th, I was thrilled about that. Mccann, who's that? Gaudette, Holtby, Stetcher, Dowd. That's a lot of guys for sure. Or Mccann. That's a lot of ex-Canucks for sure. Fangirl got my second one 4 days ago. Side effect was a sore arm. Good. I'm glad it's gone now. That's awesome. VL, do you think the Canucks would target another second, third line winger for next season? Yes. I think they need one more. That way you can be more flexible with Pearson and Podkolzin and Hoglander. Bradley, who do you believe leads the Canucks in points next season? I'm going back to Petey. I think he's going to have a big season. Cietz, do you think trades made before the roster freeze were more big exciting than the trade deadline this year? Yeah, the trade deadline was kind of nondescript, right? But I certainly remember the other one because it was just yesterday. So maybe yeah, but maybe because the Canucks actually did something too. Good question, Cietz. Sharms as a Stars fan, would be the best guy to ask about Dickinson as well. Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe I should do a quick collab with him. Great point, Charms. Edmund, Dave Dickinson was a good QB for the Lions. Yes, I like him a lot. Wonder how much the Canadiens will have an effect on Benning in the next couple of weeks. If he can just slow his roll and calm him down, I'd be happy with that for sure. Dogwood wants to keep Zach McEwen. Yes. Inferno, Bertuzzi and Sean Avery dropping the gloves. That would be pretty exciting. Andrew, newest Hall of Fame member, says it would be cool if Seattle selects Gaudette and Highmore. Cool for them, right? Not for us. Sean, I like the Dickinson trade. Still scared about our lack of defensive-minded Ds. Yes, we need some work. Marjorie, very happy to discover your channel a couple months ago when I was stressed with IB in high school. Well, Marjorie, I'm happy that you discovered me and the channel, and I appreciate you being here. And congrats on your graduation. Do you think Tyler Mott resigns after next season? I do, Noah. I do. Thank you, Sean Avery. 3 seasons. Thank you. AHL or NHL. Travis, which current Canucks player does Jim Benning praise the most? I think he talks a lot about Bo, PD, and Quinn, which would make sense. Yes, Edmund, I think a lot of teams... Yeah, Flyers, Devils, he sure still might turn out. And you still had Heaskin and McCarr. That was a strong draft for sure. Fangirl likes McEwen because of the birthday. Lefty, Tyler Mott is a big value to the Canucks. Plays like he did last year. Some definitely sign him and somebody else doesn't. Yeah, I like Mott. I like him a lot. Do you listen to Vancouver Market Podcast? If so, which one is your favorite of the bunch? Chris, I listen to Canucks After Dark because that's the one that I'm on. And actually, I don't listen to it after we record it. I do listen to the Vancast. That's the one that I make sure I do listen to for sure. I catch a bit of Canucks conversation, and really that's it right now that I would say regularly. Second dose on Wednesday, fatigue on Thursday. Hope you're getting out of that, Lucas. Lefty, if Tyler Mott was unprotected, 100% Seattle would have taken him. I agree. If Holtby goes, who's a good replacement? Yeah, Bradley, I was looking at that earlier. I have to do a bit more research, but there are a lot of guys out there. Even a guy like Peter Mrazek is out there. Just looking really quickly. Corpusalo, no, he's never mind. He's protected. Just trying to think of what other goalies are out there. I'd have to take a look. But there will be no shortage of goalies, though, that any decent, second goalie is going to be available. Oh, C edits. I forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. C edits. Can I get the thumbs up? Yes, I will give it to you, C edits. But I this thing has been a little bit clunky, so let's see it. Come on. Oh, come on, make it. Oh, he's freezing. Okay, I'm going to leave him on the screen and just see if it kind of buffers itself out. This is bad. I have to redo. Sorry, C edits. That's embarrassing. I wanted to give you a nice thumbs up for your birthday tomorrow. Let's try this. Nope, still not working. Okay, I'm going to have to give you the goal horn instead. And then me dancing on top of it. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at those moves. This is for you, C-Edits. Happy birthday. And I'll have to fix that thumbs up for next time. See, I get all excited for my new toy and I don't even know how to use it. Yes, C-Edits, thanks for the reminder, and I will message you tomorrow as well. Chris, since you're listening to the Vancast, how do you feel about J-Pat leaving for Sakaris and Price? I like Sakaris and Price a lot too. I didn't include them in the podcast, but I do listen to their stuff as well. Yeah, I think J-Pat had to do what he needed to do to take care of himself, so I'm happy for him. VO, who would you put Schmidt with if he ends up staying? I would love to see Schmidt play with Hughes, to be honest with you. If he stays, but then let's say Hamonic stays, you go Hughes, Hamonic. Do you go Schmidt, Rathbone, and then Myers, whoever else is left, Ulevi? I could see that. I think Schmidt would be good with Rathbone, better than Schmidt with Ulevi. So that's what I would do. I go Hughes, Hamonic, Schmidt, Rathbone, Ulevi, Myers. Travis, does not having this year's third and fourth round pick concern you? No, I'm so happy we have our first and second. We saw what it was like last year not having a first and second, so no, it doesn't concern me. Sharms, what were Parker's thoughts on the Dickinson deal, if you know? I haven't talked to him, actually, Sharms, about it, and I don't think he did a video, so I don't know, but I'm guessing he liked it, but I don't know for sure. Who do you recommend replacing Benning with when he falters? Good question. GM? Yeah, it's funny. I haven't thought about that ever since he got re-signed. I'd have to get back to you, Sam. Jim Benning, by the way, wasn't sure we touched on this, but should we have a few seconds of silence for Matisse? Obviously, very sad. I don't think we need to do it here, not because I'm being a disrespectful jerk. I think people have mourned and recognized it in their own way. But yeah, no, I actually, now that I'm saying it out loud, there's no harm, and we all know about the Columbus goaltender who is being portrayed as a hero, and rightfully so. It sounds like he got in the way of an errant firework, and he passed away. So yeah, I think that's a good idea. Let's do a quick few seconds of silence for the goaltender. I think that's a great idea, Jim. So I will do that now. All right, I made the sign of the cross. I did a quick prayer. Jim, great suggestion. Yeah, that dancing is not my finest work for sure. Captain Planet, big fan of your stuff, man. Thank you, Captain Planet. I'm a big fan that you're a big fan. Who do you want the Canucks to draft at 9? Well, there's a lot of players I want them to draft at 9, but who I think I love them to draft Brant Clark, a right shot D-man. Luke Hughes would be a lot of fun. I think someone that might still be there might be a Mason McTavish. Maybe not. Maybe Kent Johnson. Yeah, it's so tough to say. I'd be happy with either of those two guys. Or Brant Clark, who I don't think will be there. Nucksfan number 28. Birthday next week. Almost a senior citizen. Remind me, I have it written down somewhere else. Nucksfan, when's your birthday? If C-Edits is tomorrow. Very good. Thanks for the goal horn. You're welcome. Yeah. I got to fix this thing. My birthday's in 10 months. 58 right now. Very good. Fangirl, can we do a members only talent show? That intrigues me, scares me too. Let's chat. Jogpa, what are the chances of getting McTavish or Johnson? I think Johnson better than McTavish. A lot of people have McTavish as high as number 3. No, Jim, thank you. That was a great suggestion about the moment of silence for sure. Brant Clark would be sick. I agree. Who will be our top defense pair next season? Schmidt. It'll be Hughes and Hamonic if he's back, or Hughes and Schmidt. Yeah, I don't know. We got to find some guys. Next on July 26th. Okay, cool. All right, I think I've caught up, you guys, on the comments or the questions that were Canucks and NHL related. So, Nucks fan, I'm sure you have talent. Everyone has talent. So let's go to last question, and then we're going to go to Ask Me Anything. From Avery, do you know what the record is for last round pick playing an NHL game the fastest? Do you think Dylan Ferguson broke it when he was forced to play 9 minutes? Oh, that's a good point. I don't know how late he was drafted, but no, I don't know that off the top of my head. And how has Tampa remained competitive? They do some great drafting, and their players are doing well on cheap contracts. Okay, let's do 7 minutes of Ask Me Anything, then we'll wrap this up right at 11 o'clock. I still need to go get 1,300 more steps before midnight. Okay. So ask me anything. It can be anything as long as it's not Canucks or hockey related. Saddest scene in Dear Evan Hansen when you saw it. Well, you really like that show, Fangirl. You ask me about that every week, about that show. The saddest scene was probably... the saddest scene... Yeah, is it when he sang For Forever and fell out of the tree? I don't know. Or maybe when he was fighting with his parents. I don't know. I have to get back to you, actually. Sorry, that was a very bad answer. Maybe I should watch it again. Best game of bowling. Mine is 241, I think. Actually, let me check real quick. Actually, it might not be that high. I think it's 227. I have an app that actually tracks all my scores. Statistics, go, What's my highest score ever? Yeah, 244. 244 is my highest score ever. August 31st, 2017. 244. What's with the 13,000 steps? No, I try and get 10,000 steps every day, Jim Benning, just a way for me to do something active. Your favorite movie? You guys know that's Shawshank Redemption. Edmund, if you had to pick back in the day, Casey Printers or Dave Dickinson, I like Casey Printers' athleticism for sure and his arm, but I did not like his headspace, so I'll go with Dickinson. What is your favorite movie? Oh, same thing. Shawshank Redemption. It hasn't changed in the past minute. Epic. Have you been watching the NBA Finals? No, I'm just aware that Milwaukee's up 3-2. Sharms, is Ron Francis the most powerful person in the NHL for the next couple of days? Yeah, I think that's a good way of looking at it. Edmund, favorite wrestler back in WCW? In WCW specifically, because so many of those guys went, but for what he did in WCW, Ricky Steamboat, because I think Steamboat was more successful in WCW than he was in WWE. Where do you get your groceries? Freshco and Costco. Ever watched Dwayne Johnson's hockey movie Tooth Fairy? No, I haven't. Do you and Gil see yourselves living in Richmond for the rest of your lives, or would you like to retire someplace else? There are certain things we like about Richmond. There are a lot of things we don't like about Richmond, but because of the kids' work, Gil's work, I could see us being here for the long haul. But things may change once our 3 kids move out 10, 15 years down the road. Great question, Rome. Nucksfan, have you ever seen comedian Joe Coy? If not, who's your favorite? I've seen Joe Coy live. He was excellent. He's one of my favorite comedians for sure. I liked Eddie Murphy back in the day, a little bit crass, but no, Joe Coy's good. And Stephen Wright, I like a lot too. Favorite actor, Denzel Washington. Sean, what is the oldest film you've seen? Oh, I'm not a big classics, black and white, that kind of thing. But I do remember talking about To Kill a Mockingbird before, and I think that was in black and white. Sharms, do you think the Bucks will win in 6 or we see a game 7? I have a feeling this one's going to 7. Have you ever watched Goon? No, I haven't. Do you like Marvel? It's okay. I'm not the biggest fan. If so, who's your favorite Marvel hero? It's the Hulk. Favorite song by Bruno Mars? Ooh, I like them all, but I do like Treasure because I've done a couple parodies to that, and I like that song a lot. That song gets me going. So Treasure. Did you see Money in the Bank highlights yet? No. I'm going to watch that or read about it before I go to bed. The new Space Jam was a major letdown. It looks like it. Fangirl. No, that's awesome that you're into it. I enjoy the music. Evan told Connor's parents that he wasn't friends with them. Yes, that's kind of what I was getting at. I think that's a good choice as sad scene. Where is Gail's school? I don't remember that school in my days. Yeah, St. Paul School. It's there. It's been there for 60 years. It's right across the street from Palmer. St. Paul School, Catholic school. Shouldn't you be living in Surrey since you work there? No, I work in Vancouver. My building is near Queen Elizabeth Park, across from Eric Hamber School on 33rd and Willow. Indigo's in Richmond. Nice. Whereabouts? I'm at Steveston and Railway, Indigo. Chris, are you a Justin Bieber fan? I don't mind him. I didn't even mind him before he started to become more Christian, but I like a lot of his music. Have you ever met any celebrities? Well, it depends. Do you call Canuck celebrities? I've met some Christian singers who are big celebrities in the Christian world. Todd Bridges, who played Willis in Different Strokes, I've met him. So no, not a lot of celebrities per se. Were you a fan of Nirvana when they first came out? Nope, not a big Nirvana fan, admittedly. Favorite car company? Oh, that's cool, Lucas. Favorite car company? Honda. I drive a Civic. We also have a Honda Odyssey. I've owned Acuras before as well, so Honda for sure. Celebrity you'd want to interview? Ooh. I find I think a Denzel Washington or Bruno Mars would be interesting. Justin Timberlake. I think like a Jimmy Fallon or Jimmy Kimmel would be interesting. Like an actual talk show host would be fun to interview as well. Favorite type of music? R&B. And more like from the old school variety, old school 90s R&B. If you're Seattle Kraken, who will you take from the Canucks? If I was the Kraken, I would take Lind. Favorite musical artists? Pop artists, Boys to Men. There's a Christian group I like called Take Six, and currently I like Bruno Mars. Jim Benning, I won't ask that. People can respond. Do you play hockey? Yeah, not well. I play roller hockey, not ice hockey. Decent skater, horrible hands. Good effort, good leadership. Intangibles. Last item you bought from Amazon. Ping pong balls. Ping pong balls. If you're watching America's Got Talent, what's your favorite type of music and magic? Don't need so much of the trapeze or the stand-up comedy. I think the music and magic are the best. Shania Twain, nice. Favorite Disney movie? Up. Favorite spot in LA? It's got to be Disneyland for now. Edmund, updates for a Zoom interview. Yeah, I did that one with Cam Robinson. I'm supposed to do one with Patrick Johnson, Rising Action, but I have to loop back to him. And no, there was one other one I was supposed to do. Cam Robinson wasn't my most recent one. It was oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. There were two guys. I can't believe I'm drawing a blank on my own videos. Oh yeah, Kevin Woodley. Yes, sorry. That wasn't meant to be so disrespectful for Kevin Woodley. That was a good one. Yeah, but maybe after this week is done, Edmund, because it's quite a busy week for everyone. Seattle taking price? Not sure. Magic, good answer. Thank you. Ever watch the Hanson Brothers? No, not live. Which performance do you prefer between Jim Carrey and Eternal Sunshine and The Truman Show, or Adam Sandler, Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems? Actually, I've only seen Truman Show and Uncut Gems. I haven't seen Eternal Sunshine and Punch Drunk Love. So between those two, I really liked Uncut Gems. So let's go with that one. When's the next stream? Thursday. Might do one on Wednesday for the expansion draft. I'm going to see how my studying is going. So I'll make that decision by tomorrow. If you're Kraken, who would you pick from the Canucks? I'd take Cole Lind. Yeah, Johnson is cool. 7 minutes is up. Okay, you can go, Chris. Oh, yeah. Thanks for reminding me. What would be a good church to go visit? Depends what you're looking for. So if you give me more details, Sam, I can tell you. Justin, Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, or 98 Degrees. Of those three, obviously I like Justin Timberlake to come out of NSYNC, but I was probably most into Backstreet Boys out of all three. And I've done an NSYNC, a Merry Christmas song. I've done 98 Degrees, This Gift. And then who does... And I've done one Backstreet Boys. You Are My Fire, My One Desire. That was with my friend Katrina for the Raptors. Did you used to play any sports? Yeah, Bradley, nothing to a high level, but I would say I'm proficient. No, I'm not awesome, but I'm proficient. I'm good, decent. Volleyball is my best sport. Bowling, my second best sport. Then decent in basketball, hockey, football, tennis. Not so good in golf, but those are some of the sports I used to play and still play. Leo, sorry, man, not going to do any more Canucks questions or hockey questions. Favorite Winter Olympic sport besides hockey? Speed skating. Thoughts on 2030 Olympics coming back to Vancouver potentially? I'd be all for that. Yeah, no problem. Actually, now I feel bad. Who does Vancouver target in free agency? I want Mike Riley or Cody Ceci. Brock McGinn. Those are the three players I'd go after. Do you have a favorite hockey brand? Not really, no. Charismatic, exciting church, not boring. Coastal Church downtown. They are very charismatic. Good music. Did you go to the 2010 Olympics? Yes. Closing ceremonies, some sledge hockey. Oh, no, that was the Paralympics. And some curling. And we're very busy because our office was right next to BC Place. So we kind of ran a Olympic hospitality center. It was. Oh, by the way, actually, that's what I'll do real quick. I have a whole playlist on my YouTube channel. Before I was doing Canucks vlogging, I was actually doing Olympics vlogging. So I'm going to put that playlist in the chat right as I'll just put it in now and you guys can go watch it if you want to. Where is it? Oh, did I not? Oh, no. Hold on. 2010 Winter Olympics. Here it is. How do I share this? Share. Copy. So if you want, I have 1,300 steps. Chris wants me to get off. Check out that playlist when you have time. There are 24 videos in there and some really good ones actually of my Winter Olympics vlogs. All right, let's round this up, finish this off. Senior citizen Doe streaming the 2030 Olympics with Don Taylor type hair. Yeah, I don't think I'll have that much. Care to elaborate? Why would you pick Lind? I think he's the best option of everyone there, and he's got the most potential. And then you can just turf him if you don't need him. You are my fire indeed. Did you work or volunteer in the 20? Didn't work or volunteer at the games, but we were involved from that hospitality center that I was talking about. Do you own any NBA jerseys? Just a Houston Rockets one. Go get your 1,300 steps. Thank you, Chris. Opinion on both Canada's best 10 players that could have won gold back in the Olympics 2 times in a row now. I have not heard that story, but I don't know the reasons why, so I'll reserve judgment. If they're hurt, I understand. But you always want national pride to be important too. What were you doing the Golden Goal? Were you at the arena? No, we were next door in my office hosting a viewing party. Then we ran outside. In fact, that's in my second to final one called Final 2010 Olympics Video Blog. You'll see my reaction to the Golden Goal. Did you go to the P&E? Yes, I even worked there. Would MLB work in Vancouver? Nope. Have you met Joey Kenward? Yes, he's been in a couple of videos with me actually. All right, and people, good night, everyone. Good night, Chris. Which goal is better, Crosby or Burrows? Burrows from a fan standpoint, but Crosby from obviously more impact. Have you ever met Rick Dollywall? I have not met him in person, but he's been on one of my Zoom chats, and I had an hour chat with him just last week about something that I can't talk about yet or now. But I've not met him in person. But I did a Zoom chat, and we chatted on the phone for an hour last week or 2 weeks ago, which was pretty cool. Most awkward Canucks player encounter, who and why? And hello, Nathan, go to bed. Oh, no, it's summer. You can be here. Nathan, everyone, if you're on my Twitter, he's my nephew from the Philippines who I'm teaching how to play hockey. Most awkward Canucks player encounter. Haven't had a real awkward one, to be honest with you. We were filming our music video with Vertanen and Hutton. Me, Marie, and Ariel were skating on Rogers Arena ice. Trevor Linden came down the bench. He goes, "What are you doing on my ice?" Kind of joking. I said, "We are filming your music video for Christmas." So that was kind of fun. It wasn't awkward, but that was a pretty good one. Should Canuck draft Luke Hughes? He's available at 9. Depending on who else is there, I'd be open to it. Do you want to buy tickets to daughter's house she is building? Buy tickets to your daughter's house she is building? I don't get it. Like, buy tickets to the house? Like, are they raffling? Next fan, message me, text me, and we'll go from there. Okay, I think we're good. It's 1:07. That's pretty good. I get my steps, and I got to study a bit tonight. So thanks, everyone. I will keep you in the loop if I do a Wednesday night vlog for the expansion draft. And I wish that my buttons work better. I'm going to try them one more time before I go. No, thumbs up freezes. Dancing works. Couch works. I love that one. And then coming through the window. Oh, look at my big butt just sticking up in the air. Okay, I got to work on these for next time. No problem. Okay, that works. And the goal horn works. Okay, good. So we're there. So thanks, everyone. Moderators, thank you. I saw that you did have to do some work tonight. I appreciate you. Thanks for that. Thank you to Monkey9, and thanks to all of you as always. On your way out, make sure you're subscribed. If you have not subscribed already, I would appreciate you very much. And like this video on your way out. And yeah, you guys could have been doing anything else tonight, and you were here with me for an hour and 10 minutes. So I appreciate you. And I will let you know. I will let you know if I'm going to be streaming on Wednesday for the expansion draft. All right, friends. See edits. Happy birthday tomorrow. nucksfan number 29. Happy birthday next week. But I think I'll be seeing you at least on a stream somewhere before that. But thanks, you guys. Yeah, see edits. I'll send you a message tomorrow to a personal birthday greeting from Canuck Clay. Unless you don't want it, then I won't. Then I won't do it. Think it's just like a cameo, but it's free instead. And then lastly, check out the video, the Winter Olympics vlog playlist if you want. If you're absolutely bored and you have nothing else to do tonight. Okay, friends. Thanks for everything. Thanks for being such good supporters of the channel and loyal supporters of me. I appreciate you. So subscribe if you like to. Like this video if you like to. And then leave a comment on any of my videos if you like to. You know how much I appreciate that. And here's as I always say, stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. Did you know that I used to be a personal trainer? But then I had to quit. I gave my 2-week notice. God bless, and go Canucks go.